what's up? Today I am going to share with you my top favorite eyeshadow primers. Now, I'm a big fan of eyeshadow primers. I think you have to have them, especially in my case because my eyelids are so oily and so just ridiculously oily that they need some kind of barrier when it comes to my eyeshadows, or they won't last, or they'll just run all over the place and I'll look like a hot mess. But I have found that these 5 eyeshadow primers that I'm going to share with you, they help with the longevity of the eyeshadow. They help with the vibrancy. They're just all around very good eyeshadow primers. But if you like eyeshadow primers like I do and you want to see my top 5 favorites, then go ahead and keep watching and let's get with the video. I'm not going to go in any type of order when it comes to these eyeshadow primers because I love them all very much. I think they're all great, and I'm just going to start with the top one that I use the most. I'm not saying I love it the most, but I probably do, and it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I love this stuff. I think it's great. I did a review on it, and actually it's not a review, but it's a comparison video, and I'm going to link that down below. But this one right here just keeps my eyeshadow on so long wearing. It keeps the oil at bay. It's just a really great eyeshadow primer, and it comes in a very nude form, so it does help when it comes with the color pigmentation of my eyes. I know you can't see it because it's nude. I don't know why I just did that, but it's a very good eyeshadow primer. It covers up any of my purplish that I got going on my eyelids. It does a really good job of covering up that. It does a very good job of keeping the oil at bay. It makes my eyeshadows very vibrant, very long wearing. It keeps them where they're supposed to be, which is really nice, and that's really what I go for when I look for an eyeshadow primer. And I just think this one does it very well, and it's also at the drugstore, so that's really top notch for me, because if I can find a product that I love and save money at the same time, I'm all in. And I love this, and it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. Now, the one that I compared it to and I really do like is the Nars Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow primer. This stuff really is great. It keeps my oils at bay as well. It's just a lot more than, say, my Wet n Wild one, but I think this is a really good eyeshadow primer. It does a really good job of keeping everything in place. This is a very clear eyeshadow primer, so it doesn't do anything when it comes to color correcting my eyelids, but that's okay because that's just pretty much what eyeshadow's for anyhow. So, or anywho, but this is a really great primer, especially if you got oily eyelids, and I really do like it. I just wish it wasn't as much as it was, but it's Nars, so I don't expect it to be any type of cheapness, but the product itself is really great. I know I say great a lot, don't I? But I can't help it. It's just a really good word. But it's a very good eyeshadow primer, and I highly recommend it as well. The next one I am going to share with you is the original, the one I started off with when it came to eyeshadow primers, and it is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the original formula, in the original color. I mean, what can I say about this? It has been around forever. It's a staple in pretty much anybody's collection when it comes to eyeshadow primers. It does everything I want it to do. It does a very good job of bringing out those eyeshadow colors, making my eyeshadow stay in place, long wearing. It does a really good job of covering up any kind of purplish things I got going on my eyelids. I just love this stuff. It's so good. I like the little squeezy tube. Pigmentation's always there. The longevity's always there. I've never really been disappointed in this because, I mean, what can I say? It's the primer potion. I mean, I love it. I know it comes in different colors, and I think I've got a couple of them. But when it comes to eyeshadow primers, I just love this one. Especially from the Urban Decay. I think it's really nice. I don't think the price is too bad at all. It's just you know, well, it's just really awesome. And I really do like this one from Urban Decay. Now, the next one, I've just got the miniature size because it came in a palette set that I got. But I love this, and when I run out of it, I am going to go get the big fuller size. And it is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eyeshadow Primer. I love this stuff. I mean, it does a really good job of keeping that eyeshadow in place. Doesn't do very much when it comes to the oils in my eyelids, but I always put something over it just to make sure that doesn't happen. But this right here does a really good job of making them not crease. It does a really good job of, you know, just making those eyeshadows just pop and just, you know, makes them long wearing and lasting. And I just love this stuff. I mean, I know I need to get the fuller size, and I've loved it so much that I pretty much have rubbed away most of the saying. But it's long wearing. It's a great primer. I mean, I love Lorac eyeshadows and, you know, everything like that. And just the primer just, you know, gives it that extra oomph when it comes to eyeshadows. And I just really like this. And I think it's a really good, not talked about a lot primer. But to me, I think this is really top notch. And I think the price isn't that bad as well. And this just really is a very good eyeshadow primer. And, you know, I really do like it. The next but not least is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-Hour Anti-Crease. I love this stuff. I just got this, in February, I have to say. It came with the Semi-Sweet chocolate palette that I got. This stuff right here is really, 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 really good. It's also a nude consistency, which helps with the pigmentation of my eyelids. It does a really good job of keeping those oils at bay. It does a really good job of making my eyeshadows stay in place, not crease, but it comes in a really good amount of quality for product, which I think most of these are 0.35 fluid ounce, except for, yeah, they're all either 3.5 fluid ounce or they're 3.4 fluid ounce, which doesn't sound like a lot when you're used to, you know, a fluid ounce in pretty much any makeup product, whether it be primers, face primers, or foundations. But for an eyeshadow primer, that's a pretty good sized product. And I just think it just does a really good job of doing everything it claims. It keeps my eyeshadows on for a very, very, very long time. It helps them not crease. I really do like this, and I think it's a very good eyeshadow primer. Well, those are my favorite eyeshadow primers. I have tried so many primers from the drugstore for more high-end, but these right here have stuck with me. I keep going back to them. I might try something else, but I always compare them to these 5 eyeshadow primers, and I have to say, you know, they are tried and true. They are absolutely wonderful. They keep my eyeshadows on so well. They keep them crease proof. They keep my oil at bay for a really long time, or they just keep them oil bay, period. So, you know, that's always a big old thumbs up for me. But those are my tried and true, and I love them, and I really hope that you love them as well, or at least you're going to give them a try out. If you have an eyeshadow primer that you really, really, really love, and it does everything that you want it to, leave it in the comment section, because, you know, I always want to try out new products, but I always want to know what y'all think, because, you know, I don't want to go just out and just pick an eyeshadow primer just because, you know, it's there. I want someone to tell me, you know, that this is a great primer. It just does this and this and this, and that's where y'all come in, because, you know, we're friends, and that's what friends do. We tell each other what we love and what we don't love. But anyways, thanks for watching. I really hope you liked the video. Don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye, friends.